I'm Janelle Ray, and I did my American author project on Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe was born January 19th, 1809, in Boston, Massachusetts. His parents are John and Elizabeth Poe. When he was still young, his mom died and his dad left their family. He went to live with David and Frances Allen. He was never formally adopted, but he was their son. With them, he lived in Baltimore, Maryland. He attended the best boarding schools. When he went to college, he went to the University of Virginia for 1 year, but was taken out due to lack of money. He went to West Point Military College and later enlisted under an alias. He married Virginia Clem, who was his first cousin. She was 13 at the time, and he was 27, but on their license, she put she was 21. One of his most famous poems is The Raven. It starts out with the narrator in his room. He hears a tapping at his door. He is sad about losing his love, Lenore. He eventually opens the door, and he sees no one there. The name Lenore kept repeating, and he started to become frightful. He walked over to the window and opened it, realizing the tapping was from there. The raven was perched out on a statue. When he asked the name, the raven said nevermore. He asked the raven questions. Because of this, he starts to lose his mind. The raven would only reply nevermore. It ends with the narrator yelling at the raven to let him be. The main character is the narrator. It is written from his perspective. He's an insomniac. It is after midnight and he's still awake reading. He's grieving over his lost love and feels lonely. So lonely that he resorts to talking to a bird. The theme of Poe's poem is alienation, isolation, and loneliness. This describes the poem perfectly because the narrator is obviously alone and feels so isolated that he looks to a bird for comfort. Since Lenore's passing, he has no one anymore and most likely feels as if he is isolated from others. The voice of this text would be anger, distress, and sadness. The words have a deeper outlook on life, showing a sadder life of the narrator. The words used have a darker aura to them. It shows how the poem has a darker context than most other poems. These three keys are very valuable to the way the poem was written. Boston took a major part in the way he wrote. It shaped him by all the sadness that he witnessed and felt. His writings are so morbid because that's how he felt most of his life. He experienced death and tragedy at a very young age. Edgar Allan Poe took a part influencing many different writers. Some included Jules Verne, H.P. Lovecraft, and Charles Baudelaire. The era that Poe belongs to would be the Romantic era. The Romantic era involved letting emotions take over. Many authors, like Poe, let the physical and emotional passion flow out of them and take control, helping them write. He died October 7th, 1949. His death is not 100% sure of, but we know that he died a great poet. Thanks for watching.